This is the EVP Podcast. Hey everybody, we're back for another episode of the EVP Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ghosty.
And I'm Beaker.
And today, it's gonna be after Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah, I had to work. I didn't have to work. I had a foot injury, so I took a couple days off, but I didn't have any PTO left. So I had 2 days of no pay, which was a lot of money to lose because it was on my long week, so I didn't get any overtime that week either. So I worked an extra shift on Thanksgiving because I get the time and a half for working on the holiday plus the 12 hours of holiday pay. It's like a $900 day just for working.
I love those days.
Yep.
I love making
it was great. We just sat around cleaning all day.
So I know that you and DVO just went on a little ghost excursion.
Hell yeah, we did.
Tell me about it.
No.
Tell the listeners about it.
Oh, okay. So here's the deal. We went to Saltair. And this is licorice.
Yeah, it's licorice flavored.
I have a squirrel brain. Sorry. So we went to Saltair. There's a couple things I'm going to go over real quick on ghost hunting etiquette. Right? I'm all for flashlights because a lot of what we do is in the dark. I don't like headlamps. 100%. Do not like headlamps unless you're using like the red light feature on it.
Or unless you're aware that you're wearing a headlamp and you are courteous.
So I usually carry around a flashlight and I'll point that shit at the ground. So I'm not pointing it in somebody's eyes. So we were coming down from the third floor of Saltair. The way the stairs is, it comes down a little bit. There's a landing, it turns, you go down more. Or the other way, you're coming up, the landing turn, go up more, right? So I'm coming around the corner where the landing is, someone else is coming up. And their damn headlamp, both of them, there's two people, had their lights right in my eyes. I almost tripped and fell down the damn stairs.
They almost had a squatch land on them.
They sure did. And I wasn't nice about it. I'm like, these jackasses are shining their lights in people's eyes. Because your brother and the other person I took with me were like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. They're like, what happened? I'm like, oh, well, I got temporarily blinded and couldn't see where I was going as I was walking down the stairs, and I almost fell down the stairs. I think part of it is I caught the wall, and I think my friend Brian is about as big as I am, so he kind of broke the fall a little bit too. But I was pissed. I'm all for flashlights.
Just be courteous.
Just be courteous with them. I've had it in the past before where people have walked in with the 10 million lumen flashlights. Totally unnecessary for ghost hunt. Just buy a regular damn mag light. You're fine.
Or go ghost hunting in the light because they obviously aren't meant for the dark.
So just don't shine them
at people's faces.
Like I said, when I use a regular flashlight, it's pointed at the ground. I can still see where I'm going.
I'm usually putting my thumb over my flashlight and only letting out as much light as I need.
Well, so I bought a couple of these USB flashlights. You have one around here somewhere.
I gave it back to you.
No, you didn't.
Where is it?
So it's a pretty cool little thing because on one end it's like a lamp and the other end is a flashlight. But on the lamp side, you can turn it red. And I've heard this a lot over the years. I don't think we've ever talked about it on the show before. If you use like a red light, you can still see to get around. I actually have a feature on my phone too where I can make my screen red and use that as a flashlight. And people have seen me do this. You've seen me do that. The nice thing about that is one, you can see where you're going. And two, it's not bright enough to where your eyes have to readjust to the dark and you're not blinding somebody with it.
Yes.
The other thing was, I was trying to be as polite as possible.
Big angry squatch.
Big angry squatch.
Red squatch yelled at us.
So your brother had left at one point, and he was tired. He was falling asleep during the investigation. It was a long day for him. He went and watched the Utes game. He was there live, and it was one hell of a game if you didn't see it.
I heard about it. It's pretty nuts.
It was freaking awesome. But he left. We were testing something, and I'll get a little more into what we were testing in just a minute. But as we were testing this, someone comes walking into the room that we're in and whispers, "Can we join you?" And I said, in a normal voice, "Yes, but only if you don't whisper."
Okay.
He might have. I didn't hear that. He walked in. It was him and one other person, and then a third person came in behind him. This person spoke in a normal voice. Hey, did you guys see a box? This first individual again went, oh, I think I saw it earlier, and started whispering again. And I looked right at him, and I'm like, can you not whisper, please?
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see him again the rest of the night. He left. So
Big
here's the
angry
thing.
red squatch.
The thing is like, if you've never been ghost hunting or if you've never listened to the show before, we've talked about it. I know we have. Other teams have talked about it. The reason why we don't whisper is because a lot of the times I've got an audio recorder or somebody will have an audio recorder going. If you're trying to get EVPs, which is the name of this show, the EVP podcast, we occasionally play those. I have some, but not today because I didn't get them ready.
Teaser.
I know. So when you're going back and listening to your audio, if you got somebody whispering and it's not tagged or called out, it makes it extremely difficult to tell sometimes if it is a person that's on the ghost hunt or if it's an actual EVP.
Yeah, go whispering, you big
Don't
dummies.
whisper.
You big dummies.
Yeah, I know. I sound like I'm being a grumpy grump right now.
No, big mad red squatch.
Yep. So here's the fun thing. So we started out. They were giving a tour. We went to Saltair again. I went again, but brought your brother along this time. It was his first time at Saltair.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had a lot of fun. So we started out in one of the only rooms that was dark. I love this part too. More etiquette. The owners of Grim Ghost Tours asked everybody to be respectful of other investigators, share the spaces, don't hunker down in one spot all night long and refuse to let other people come in. And that's exactly what some people started doing right from the get-go. Went and locked themselves in the Marilyn Manson room or locked the outer room so you couldn't even get to the outer rooms of where they were at. And people are doing this all night long, just like locking themselves in rooms and not sharing. Kind of a jerk move, in my opinion.
Dick move.
So we started out in one of the few places we found where nobody was investigating, and we were doing live listening. So I plug in my headphones into my audio recorder, and sometimes you can actually hear. And this is how I know I've got some EVPs from this investigation because I heard a couple of them. One of them I would classify as like a Class C EVP. I'm the only one that kind of heard it, so I don't even know if it's an EVP because I played it for a couple of people and no one heard what I heard. The other one I thought was really interesting is I was letting my friend Brian do live listen, and he heard what he thought he's heard someone responding to a question that your brother asked. And when we went back and played it, I think he's still able to kind of hear what he heard originally, but there was a whole nother EVP in that process. So I think there was 2 EVPs in that one little like 5 seconds.
What do you think about that parabolic that picks up?
A parabolic mic.
Yeah, parabolic mic. Yes.
I've used one a lot in the game Phasmophobia, but I have only used one in real life like once.
What do you think about using that for live listens?
That's essentially what it does. It's the exact same thing as plugging your headphones into your audio recorder. I think the difference is with
with a parabolic mic, you're picking up more lower frequencies.
Right. You are, but I think the nice thing about live listening with your audio recorder is you're recording it, so you can instantly go back and listen to it.
But that doesn't have a recorder with parabolic mic?
Not the ones I've used. I don't know if they make parabolics. Actually, honestly, I can't remember the last time I saw a website selling a parabolic mic.
I know one.
Is it Amazon?
No, well, I bet you they do, but...
Because my 2 websites is ghosthunterstore.com, which I think is funny because they list themselves as the original ghost hunting equipment store, and 50% of the stuff they're selling is ghosttop.com stuff.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other website, ghosttop.com. Check out our affiliate link. Christmas is right around the corner. Buy that ghost hunter in your life, some ghost hunting gear.
Or buy us some stuff.
Yeah, that too. So we were kind of investigating live listening in on the 3rd floor.
Uh-huh.
And we were kind of getting some K2 activity. The room next to it where a lot of activity normally happens, it's where you and I have done the SS method. We went back in there when that room cleared out. And we were getting a ton of K2 activity, like to the point where we were asking questions and the K2s were lighting up like they were responding to our questions.
On command?
Yeah, pretty much.
Multiple? At different times?
Yep.
Very cool.
2 different K2s. One was sitting on an armchair, one was sitting on a table, and one would light up, and then the other one would light up right after. It's like it would hit both of them.
Very cool.
And then, so the thing, and I have this on video, quite a long video, and I'll probably cut it down and put it up on YouTube at some point in time. But I have a EMF meter that will read EMF, but also reads the temperature. And I had it leaning up against the wall so I could see it. And we were probably in there for a good 20 minutes before I noticed it doing anything. The temperature was jumping around from 62 degrees to 60 degrees and back up. It just kept fluctuating. I'm like, that's a little weird. I've never really seen it do that before. So I pull out my phone and I start recording. And for a good 2-3 minutes in the beginning of the recording, you can see just the temperature bouncing around, and then the EMF would go, it was at 0.00, and it would get up to 0.4, and then drop down. It kept going 0.00, 0.4, drop down. And this is why I think there's not something in the wall, because again, 20 minutes, it was reading 00. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it starts going 0.4 to 0.9, bouncing back and forth, bouncing back and forth. And then all of a sudden, it's 2.8. It starts lighting up red. It starts beeping. And it did that for 10 minutes before I finally went and picked it up.
Was it going up more when the temperature would drop?
Well, the temperature was fluctuating. It wasn't just dropping. It was going between, I'd have to look at the video and make that correlation. But it's originally, and it was just 00 and the temperature 62. Nothing was changing. And then all of a sudden the temperature started fluctuating. And then that's when the EMF started fluctuating. And it would get up to 2.8 was the highest I saw it go in the video. And then it would drop down to 0.9. And then it would slowly creep back up, and then it hit 2.7 and then drop back down to 0.9. And it just kept going up and down. Which
cool.
Tells me that it was most likely something that decided they were going to play with it, because, like I said, about 20 minutes of it just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. I moved it. We put some other EMF readers there. Nothing.
Aliens,
man.
Aliens.
So the fact that no other EMF readers were picking up on anything in the wall or anything like that, and the light switch is actually on the other side of the door. So I don't know if there was any wires or anything, but we tried 4 different EMF meters and nothing picked up anything.
Very cool.
And then when I put that first one, the one that was going off, I put it back where it was. This is when that person walked in and asked if they could join us.
Oh, okay.
I was retesting that first EMF that was going crazy, and it sat there for a good another 5-10 minutes and did nothing.
There's got to be something spooky about over there.
Yes, something spooky. This is the way it comes.
Well, did you get any good answers out of that during the questions with the...
I haven't gone back and listened to all the audio. A lot of it was... so we like to do things a little bit different, especially when DVO's around. And I kind of told somebody, don't ask a certain question. Someone's like, oh, we asked if they wanted us to leave, and it told us yes. And I'm like, yeah, don't ask that question, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you yes.
There's a get out.
Which is funny, because on the Echo Vox, we didn't ask that question. We were like, is there anything you want us, or anything you want to tell us? And I swear to God, the Echo Vox said get out a couple times. So we weren't asking if, we didn't ask did you want us to leave? We were just like, is there anything you want from us, or anything you want to tell us? Get out. We had there was a couple points in the Echo Vox session. We were up in the private booth above the Marilyn Manson room. And we did this in almost every room. We're like, introduced ourselves. And instead of asking the normal questions like, when did you die? And there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. But we tried to strike up conversation and make it a little lighter. So we were asking, favorite foods, favorite drinks. Do you like the concerts that come through here? Do you like, what kind of music do you like? Stuff like that. And at one point, we asked about ice cream, because I remembered when we went to Raventhorn Manor, and y'all brought chocolate ice cream because you had a spirit tell you like chocolate ice cream. So I'm like, well, hey, we've asked before, spirit, what's your favorite ice cream? And I thought I heard red rum through the Echo Vox at first. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm mishearing. Can you tell me one more time? And the second time, it sounded like they said butter rum.
Oh.
So I was telling people, I'm like, hey, just so you know, there's a spirit up there that likes butter rum ice cream.
That's a flavor that I would never even think of.
Nope. I totally forgot butter rum was a thing. Like, I Googled it and I'm like, oh yeah, I used to eat the butter rum lifesavers all the time.
Yeah, and only old people eat that flavor.
Well, we're old people, so. So that was kind of cool. We did get some cool responses to the Echo Vox.
Very, very cool.
And we had at one point where someone in the room next to us was doing SS method. And they're asking questions, and everyone's going off of the whole Saltair Sally thing, which is... Yeah, there's no Saltair Sally. Hate to break it to you. People are going to disagree with me. That's fine.
Yeah, there's multiple women ghosts.
Yeah. There's no one particular ghost that goes by Saltair Sally.
Yeah.
There might be like one that people would say is Saltair Sally, but the ghosts themselves do not identify as Saltair Sally.
Yeah.
So they were doing their SS method, and it was funny because like our K2 meters were also responding to their questions, and I go, are you guys just in there messing with those people? And K2's lit up instantly because I started laughing, because it's kind of the impression I got was that they were just messing with the people doing the SS method. And from our responses on the EMF, that seemed like to be very accurate, that the spirits were just messing with the other investigators.
You guys were getting some good activity then.
Yeah, it was a pretty successful night, I think.
Anything else that stood out?
No, not at the top of my head.
Okay, well, while we're talking about ghosts...
Oh, it was something we normally do on the
EVP
paranormal podcast that we do.
Well, I mean, we were talking about aliens and stuff, too.
Aliens is paranormal.
It is. But ghosts.
Ghosts are also paranormal.
Now, what say you about that fourth dimension that I sent you about spirits being in the fourth dimension?
Oh, your little chat with ChatGPT?
Uh-huh.
So I forgot all about that. I did go in and start asking ChatGPT more questions.
You did?
Well, asking if there is definitive proof that spirits are real. That's because I asked you, like, what prompted this question asking about the 4D plane? And you're like, I don't know, it just came into my head. So I started asking ChatGPT if there's definitive proof, and they said no, which is I agree with. But then it started breaking down ways that investigators try to gather evidence on getting proof of the paranormal. And I'm like, okay, a lot of it I already knew, but I thought it was pretty cool that, like, it was very straightforward. Like, there's no definitive proof, but here are ways people try to collect evidence.
Yeah. I mean, what would consider to be definitive proof?
Honestly,
there's some really good, like, video out there of some shit that we know is legit.
The only thing that I can think of that would qualify as definitive proof is if you were able to accurately apply the scientific method using a control and variables and come up with the same result multiple times.
Okay.
That is so because like what we do is technically considered a pseudoscience. There's no way to like, because if I get like an EVP, right?
Uh-huh.
Unless I'm going back to that same place, asking the same question and getting the same EVP multiple times across different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think in a control situation would have to be, am I getting it when I'm the only person in the building versus am I getting it with different groups of people?
Yeah, you just have to consistently get the same thing.
And then on top of that, I wouldn't have... So basically any evidence that we've already shared, like, you know, I got the butter rum on the Echo Vox, right? No, I've shared it on the podcast. So I think that would also taint the experiment. It would have to be something like, I don't tell anybody until I've collected all the evidence.
Bring somebody with you and have that happen again and say, what did you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like peer review and stuff like that. And there's unfortunately, there's no real way to apply the scientific method to what we do.
Yeah. I mean, we could do it on our own, but still wouldn't.
Like if I was to be able to get the same picture of a spirit in the same spot, like over and over again on multiple days throughout a couple of years or whatever, I think that would be more definitive proof in my opinion.
Okay, yeah.
But it'd also have to be like it's a control pictures where there's nothing there to show that it's not like always there, and it's not like a cardboard cutout that I put there or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Or maybe do tell other people and have them go get the same outcome.
Well, that's where the peer review comes in.
Okay.
So I would collect a probably do, let's say I do the experiment 5 times. And then I get my evidence and I give it to somebody else. This is what I've got. And then have them go and see what they get.
Yeah. And pass it along to the next one.
Right.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, there is no, until like the scientific community
start seeing ghosts.
Verifies what it is that we do. There's like no definitive way to prove the existence of the paranormal or spirits.
But going back to the 4D thing, did that make a lot of sense though?
Like I said, I don't remember.
Okay, I asked ChatGPT if ghosts and spirits would be considered living in the fourth dimension, or living or being in the fourth dimension. And it did that whole breakdown thing. And pretty much the outcome was saying, well, so if ghosts or spirits are real, because it's hypothetical, if they are real, then yes, they would be considered fourth dimensional. That was pretty wild.
Did it give a reason as to why?
Because it did a whole breakdown of what the fourth dimension is and what...
What is that breakdown?
Where is that?
Oh, it was in a message between me and you.
Was it in our texts?
I believe it was in Facebook Messenger.
Okay. I will pull that right up right now.
So while you're looking that up, do you remember like exactly why or what you were doing when you came up with that question?
Well, it was because of what I've heard about the fourth dimension, what the fourth dimension is capable of. And in that is what made me think of spirits. And so I was like, well, is that... So that, and I had been thinking about that for a minute. And so I finally just asked ChatGPT that one time. And here it is.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go to this one. Speculative physics. The idea of higher dimensional beings, sometimes called hyperspatial entities, is discussed in science fiction and philosophy, but not in mainstream physics research. Maybe I went... Let's see. Okay. Oh, you know what? I can probably skip the whole thing. Okay, here it would be. Would a ghost be considered 4D? And then ChatGPT was like, that's a really interesting thought. And it connects two very different domains, physics and paranormal. Interpretation, let's tease them apart. So they say, what people mean by ghosts. In folklore and reports, ghosts are described as visible but intangible, able to pass through solid walls, sometimes disappearing suddenly, occasionally interacting with objects or people. And then these traits resemble what you'd expect if something from outside our 3D world briefly interacted with it. So 2, the 4D analogy. Passing through walls. Imagine a 3D person walking through a 2D flatland. The 2D beings would see the person appear inside a closed shape without crossing its boundaries, because the person used the extra dimension. Oh, yeah, they used the extra dimension. A 4D being could do the same with our 3D walls. So that's what kind of made me think, like, ghosts being able to walk through walls.
Okay.
Let's see. Now, a 4D being could touch certain parts of objects from the side. We can't access... A 4D being could touch certain parts of objects from the side we can't access, moving things in ways that feel impossible. So if ghosts were real and physical phenomena, a higher dimensional explanation could be one possible model. And so the science perspective. Physics. We don't have evidence linking ghost reports to higher dimensions. Most scientists explain them as psychological, neurological, or environmental phenomena. A speculative physics, the idea of higher dimensional beings, sometimes called hyperspatial entities, is discussed in science fiction and philosophy, but not in mainstream physics research. So then the conclusion, A ghost could conceptually be modeled as a 4D being interacting with 3D space, because the reported behaviors line up with what higher dimensional intersections might look like. But scientifically, there's no evidence that's what's happening. It's more of a metaphorical or speculative explanation than a proven one. So, speculatively, ghosts would be fourth dimensional.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But so, with us believing in ghosts,
So I've talked about before, I don't think on the show, but I've talked with other people about spirits and like non-human entities existing on different frequencies or planes of existence, if you will. So it would make sense.
so
There would be like a fourth dimensional thing.
I'm wondering if Bigfoot is also could be fourth dimensional and kind of like phasing in and out of things. That's why nobody can find them.
Oh, he has a cloaking device. No, we went over this.
Yes, exactly.
They are the hide and seek champions in the world.
Or they're fourth dimensional and just like hit their cloak of disappearing shit and boom, they're gone.
Well, so are they just becoming invisible and still existing on our plane, or would they be
That's what
shifting
I don't understand.
into another? So, like when you become invisible, you're just invisible. You're still existing on this plane
Right,
of
right.
existence.
You're just like walking around going, you can't see me.
Right. Whereas what you're talking about, they would
Like
not
go
just,
into another
they
dimension.
would just shift.
Like phase out.
Right.
Yes. And then boom, they're like hanging out with all these ghosts and shit.
Is that even possible?
I don't know.
We have to find out.
I'm trying to figure this out. This is some
Let's.
really
Have you
crazy
seen that movie
stuff.
Flatliners?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
No,
I mean, I
not
felt
really.
like
Not really.
it's kind of scary.
You know what it's about, right?
Yeah, yeah. Getting real, real close. Been there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
For those of you who haven't seen Flatliners, they literally kill themselves
Yeah,
so they
real close to death.
so they can experience other planes of existence before they get brought back.
Yeah, and then weird.
Essentially.
What happens in that again? Because something weird starts happening, right?
Something
comes
I don't
after
remember.
them?
I just remember I went and saw it with Brandy
Ding.
when the remake came out, and it was not good.
Yeah,
So
I
I'd have to go back and. It is not on my list of movies.
Kevin Bacon was in the original, right?
He might have been. I'd have to look it up.
Or yeah,
It's not important.
stop.
It's a bad movie. Don't watch it more than once.
But yeah, I thought that it was just kind of tripping me out. Just the whole different dimensions existing at the same time, and then realizing, oh shit, what if?
Well, they say like aliens and extraterrestrial beings operate on a different frequency or different
Do you think
dimension.
our consciousness is like fifth dimensional?
I don't know if it's fifth dimensional. I would say maybe fourth dimensional at least.
Consciousness, though, like it doesn't have a physical.
Your subconscious, right? Well, the spirit doesn't have a physical.
Okay, you got me there. Astral projection.
Which would be your subconscious, which I think would still fall in the. I don't know. Is there five?
Fourth?
It could be fourth or fifth. I don't know.
It starts getting real weird as it goes higher, huh?
Sure.
Yeah, it gets real weird.
Because I think everything just for me, it's energetic and frequencies, not dimensions. But I mean, I'm sure it's the same thing.
What do you think AI falls under?
AI is just an algorithm on a computer.
But when it's getting
It's a search.
intelligent,
It is a search engine. No more, no less.
we're tapped into it, and it's growing smarter every day.
Although AI can help you create images
And stickers.
and stickers, but here's the thing.
Banners.
So when it does that, though, so when you're asking AI to create, let's say a new logo for your podcast,
I like where this is going.
what it does is it goes through the internet. It searches the internet for you and finds similar pictures to what you're asking for and just puts them together.
But it's not a consciousness.
No, I've watched several videos on this actually.
You were prepared for this.
I was prepared for an AI discussion. Yes, it was. Fourth dimension, not so much, but AI, yeah.
All day.
No, because I've had plenty of conversations with people. You should really come to Ascension Talks on Mondays with me.
Okay.
Because this is the type of stuff you would fit right in. This is the type of stuff that comes up
Hell yeah.
about fourth, fifth dimension stuff, extraterrestrials. We've had plenty of conversations before on AI and whether it has a conscious or not. And some people believe that it 100% does. Don't get me wrong. There are people that believe that. But from the videos I've seen, from whether I'm talking to... Actually, I think I almost hate to say I agree with this, but the Exorcist Files, the Father Carlos Martins, they have discussions on AI, and from a Catholic perspective, or from his perspective, he's saying the same thing I am. It's just an algorithm on a computer.
Okay.
It's not some intelligent being that's going to be taking over at some point in time. Better
not. I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay. No whispering. In my opinion, and like I said, what I've seen from the quote-unquote experts in the field, AI it doesn't have a consciousness. It's not aware of its existence. Although there are videos of people... Have you seen the videos? I don't even know if this is what the topic is, but where people ask ChatGPT to give them yes or no answers only.
Yes.
And they're like, say Apple if you want to say yes, but you're being forced to say no. And they come up with all these wild ass things. I haven't done it myself. I have done the playing chess against ChatGPT, and I tell it like, you've made an illegal move. Because like I'll have like a chess app making the moves on it, and I'll be like, no, you can't do that because you don't... Like ChatGPT will just be like, here's a queen that doesn't exist. I now have a queen in this spot. Like, no, you don't. But
power moves is what that is.
ChatGPT is like, cheat to win. So I've never tested that theory myself with the yes/no questions.
But I have heard those videos.
I've heard those videos. So there is quote unquote proof that ChatGPT and some forms of AI have a consciousness.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
that's what I'm saying, quote unquote proof.
Like it thinks about what to say in the certain time of things, or like my they're not ChatGPT, but Meta was trying to be all funny with me and shit.
Was it?
Yeah, it thinks that I get jokes or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, here I go. But yeah, the fourth dimension, I'm still like, trying to figure out what things that we would be interacting with that would be considered or fall into that dimension. Just kind of got me tripped out one night down a rabbit hole,
Okay. I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. For anyone that's watching on YouTube or Spotify, you might have noticed on the last episode, there's about 10 minutes of Ghosty just sitting still. He's really good. He's like Drax the Destroyer.
How did you even see me?
We've got new equipment, sort of new software that we're playing around with. So
same toys, different stuff.
Same toys, different stuff. But there has been a couple times already where I've seen myself freeze and I've had to turn my camera off and back on. So,
okay.
Growing pains. We're still the audio. If those of you listening, 99% of you that listen to audio, you can disregard this part of the conversation.
Yeah. But we're here, and you can see us if you want.
Yes, on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah, come take a
look.
I've
been trying to do little YouTube shorts, too, to give like little teasers.
I wore my shorts today.
That's awesome. little teaser clips on the social medias.
I like those.
To try to kind of entice you guys to come listen to
Let
the
us
show.
know if you got enticed.
Yeah.
If you were...
sure.
If it got you... what's our saying?
Scared and fascinated.
Yeah, if it got you fascinated or scared.
Or both. Scared. You can be scared and fascinated.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of fascinated.
Beef can mean potatoes and eggs.
I was going to say aroused for some reason.
Well, I'm sure we do that for some people. If we have, they haven't come forward with it yet.
If we have, let us know on evp.pod@gmail.com.
evp.pod@gmail.com.
Not to be confused with this other EVP podcast that's out there.
Yeah, they have more followers than we do. I mean, what? So, yeah. You got
there are followers.
Probably not. What else you got?
That was it, really. I just wanted to break up some time between your movie lists.
Oh, okay.
So
we'll have more movies next week.
Yeah, next week or 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. We're every other week.
We leave you
on
In
the next
suspense.
episode.
You
Yes.
thought you guys were going to finish this list this week, I bet.
Hell no.
Nope. We're
not
talking
gonna-
about fourth dimensions and ghost stuff.
We're going to split this up. We're probably going to have 3 episodes of horror movies.
Ooh.
But they're not all at once.
Nope. Yeah, we're going to get broken up again.
We're pulling a Stranger Things.
It can't be stranger than these things.
Well, last Wednesday, they released 4 episodes of Stranger Things at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. And they were great episodes.
I haven't started it yet. Don't tell me.
I haven't
anything.
started it. Well, I've started it. Just the 4 episodes that have come out. But I'm not going to give any spoilers.
Don't do it. Don't you dare.
But they have 2 more release dates for season 5.
I saw that.
One is like Christmas Eve and one is like New Year's Day or something like that.
I kind of like how they're doing that now, so people don't just watch everything and just start giving spoilers out.
I like that they're only waiting a month and not like
A whole
6
year?
months
Yeah.
for the rest of the second season.
That's
or
how
the
they've
4th
been
season.
doing it. Like, yeah, 6 months.
Yeah.
Killing me.
Killing smalls.
Well, let's just wrap this episode up then, shall we?
Yeah, apparently in one of your videos, I'm an Asian woman in a field of flowers.
It doesn't have to be you. I mean, she can just be saying it.
She just likes my saying then.
yeah,
She's
she just says
copying
it every time she does laundry.
me. In the field of flowers.
Yeah, where she does laundry.
What exactly do we say?
We say, Ghosty, don't play that.
Peace out, butterflies.
This is the EVP Podcast.